Okay, this is a follow-up on the Habanada peppers that I tried this year. Here it is, the end of the season, and I'm picking them. I'm actually pulling the plants out and just picking the peppers off them now because we're going to be getting a frost tomorrow. So cleaning out the garden of whatever I can that can be damaged. And here you can pretty much see these are the Habanada peppers that I tried this year, and they look just like a habanero, but they actually have basically no heat. Every once in a while you run into one that has just a little tiny bit, but they're basically a sweet pepper with a habanero flavor. And here you can see how well they did. I put 8 plants in that one bin there, and each and every one of them was just loaded with peppers. It was unbelievable. So I wound up getting about 30 pounds of peppers off those 8 plants in the end. And I did some more cleanup in the garden of a couple more things that had to come out before frost. Some more eggplants there and a couple more carrots. Just kind of cleaning them out. They didn't really have to come out, but picked them anyway. And couple tomatoes and some lima beans there you can see, and 3 big tubs full of the habanado peppers. So it's time to pickle some of them while they're fresh. And I started by washing the jars. These were all new jars that I had laying around, and you still have to give them a really good washing in case there's any manufacturing oils or anything on them. So, basically you wash the jars really good and rinse them to make sure there's absolutely no soap left in them. Now for these I decided to use the 14-ounce quilted type jelly jars that I had. So, so you really do want to make sure you do a good washing. And then I put them in a pot with some water in the pot there, and I'm going to get them steaming to sterilize them. And then at the same time, you have to use hot soapy water to rinse these lids. Now, these are the ball lids that I'm really not happy with, but they were on the jars, so, they're what I'm going to use. And, I washed the rings too. And for this recipe, you need some vinegar to start out. Make sure it's 5%. Some canning and pickling salt, and a little bit of garlic, a couple cloves of garlic, and then some sugar. So this is a recipe that I got from the University of Florida years ago. I don't even know if it still exists, but I'm basically going to use 10 cups of 5% vinegar for this batch. Whenever you're doing any kind of a water bath canning or pickling, you really want to make sure that you do get the 5% vinegar, and it's a 5% acid content, I guess. Now this is supposed to do about 18 pints, and I'm doing 18 of the 12 or 14 ounce jars, I guess. So I thought it would be enough, but as you'll see in the end, I did run short and had to make up another half batch of it. So I got the vinegar in the pot, and then I'm going to put in 2 cups of water. I just used my tap water. We have some, really good tap water, so. Then come 2 tablespoons of pickling salt. It's just that standard pickling and canning salt that you get anywhere, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now this is a recipe that I usually use for jalapenos, and I'm just using it for these, so I think it should work really good. And then there's just 4 cloves of garlic. This is that garlic that I grew in my garden. They're not that big a clove, but they're real tasty. So just kind of peel 4 of them and put them in. Now you don't put these in the jars. You actually just leave them and skim them out of the pot when you're filling the jars. So I just put the heat on low there and just started stirring it and, getting it warm until everything dissolved in there. And then you had to bring it up to a boil and boil it for 10 minutes. In the meantime, I got out these silicone pads that I had gotten a while ago for protecting my top. And I find out they actually work good for canning too, because it keeps the jars from cracking on the cold granite. And then it's time to start cleaning up the peppers. And I got to be fussy because I had an awful lot of them, so I just kind of picked through, tried to pick out the best ones, the highest quality ones with no damage or anything, and tried to pick a good mix of the colors, the dark reds, the orange, and the greens there, and just took a while to pick through what I wanted, and in the end I did have quite a few left, but so then it's time to just go through and wash all the peppers good. Make sure there's no bugs or anything on them, because I don't use any kind of pesticides or anything, so I don't have to worry about that. Now they say you can can them whole, just put a knife slit in them to allow the brine to get in them, but I've never had luck with that. Every time I try that, I wind up with a half empty jar of brine when I'm done. So I decided to just take and split them all in half to make them come out a little bit nicer there. So I started splitting all the Habanadas, and then I had a couple small Jimmy Nardellos that I picked to put 1/2 in each jar also. So just kind of split them down the middle too. Another good thing I found out about splitting them open was some of them had some black seeds in the middle of them and stuff like that. There you can see kind of dark and maybe a little bit moldy or something like that. So I was able to actually weed them out as I went along. Now, jars are all ready there. You can see they've been boiling for a while, so they're all sterilized. So I'm going to start, taking them out of the pot and filling them up. And there you can see I've got another silicone pad on this side. And it actually allows me to set the hot jars right on the granite countertop without having to use those wood racks that I used to use. So now it's time to fill the jars and kind of try to stuff in as many as I could there. And I got that little mitt there from Ball for holding the hot jars and stuff. That works really, really good. And I just tried to put the shiny side out, on the jar, so it looked like they were whole peppers almost. And then all my Jimmy Nardellos actually fell to the bottom when I cut them, so I just stuck one piece of the Jimmy Nardello in there just for a little color. So this did take a while to get them all kind of fit in there tight and get a nice assortment of colors in each jar there. And you can really see now how, by just splitting them in half there, I'm able to pack quite a few in each jar. If I had done them whole, it probably would have only been about 5 peppers in each jar, and they just wouldn't have come out right from my previous experience. Now, I did start 18 jars in that large canning pot, so I just took 9 out to start, and now I'm going to finish up filling the second batch of them here. And the same thing, just keep packing them in and shaking them and, trying to get them as full as I can without really squishing or cracking anything. They do fit together if you fiddle with them pretty good. Now, I've been doing this. The brine has been over there on the stove in the pot, simmering away for 10 minutes or so, and you can see that's really steaming hot and ready to go. It's pretty amazing smell when you take that cover off a pot of boiling vinegar. So I started to go through and roughly fill the jars. The first pass through, I just, filled it up maybe about an inch below the top of the jar there until I just started, going through and pushing everything down and trying to get the air bubbles out. So I got about halfway through and I realized that I actually had to start another batch of brine also because I was going to be short. So just to let you know that first pot didn't do it all. And then here it is. I've got that little canning helper thing there to set the head space and to actually poke down in the jars to get the air out. And you gotta push down and move around the peppers a little bit and make sure you get all the air out there. And at the same time, I was actually able to squeeze a couple more into some of the jars just because I think the heat kind of made the peppers a little softer and fit together better. So I got them all filled up and set to the 1/2-inch headspace, and then I just took a piece of a damp paper towel and went back and wiped all the rims to remove anything that may have landed on them. It's always a good precaution to take before you put the lids on. And once the seal area is clean, and it's just a matter of dropping on those lids that were pre-washed a little while ago there. So just make sure that they're centered, and then just start those rings on there. I just go through and I just put them all on loosely first, and then I'll use that little mitt that you can grab the hot jars with and go back and do a quick adjusting of all the seals here before they go in the pot. And it's time to get them back in the pot. I've got that water still steaming that I heated the jars up in, and you can see here, like I said, I've got that the really big canning pot that we have, because it will fit 18 of these quilted jelly jars in it. So I just decided I wanted to do one batch of 18, so that worked out good. So it takes a while to get them all back in there and standing upright and stuff. And then once everything's in there, you had to add a little bit more water just to get it up to the 1-inch head space, 1 inch over the lids, I mean. And then it's time to bring it up to a boil there, get it boiling good again, and process it. Now it's 10 minutes for sea level to 1,000 feet, 15 for 1,001 to 6,000, and 20 for anything over that. Then the leftover peppers that I had cut up, I put in the freezer, and I did save some of the seeds for next year also. So in the meantime, the timer is counting down, and basically they're done now. So when the time is up, you just turn the burner off, and you can actually leave them sit in the pot till it cools, but I kind of like to take them out. So I just let it, cool down for a couple minutes, and then I'll just take the jars out. And you have to do this really carefully because everything is really boiling hot, and you don't want to get yourself burned. So there they are. A couple minutes later, all done. Just got to put them on. Here you can see I took that silicone pad again and I moved it over with a dish mat under it and just set them on there to cool. So all I got to do is let them cool till morning now, and there they are. I took them apart, took the lids off, washed everything up, labeled them, put the lids back on, and now they're ready to go down the root cellar. And in about six weeks or so, they should be ready to try the first jar of them. So as you can see, my first experience with these Habanada peppers was really a good one, and they were easy to grow, and they had a great harvest on them. So, I can't wait to try them now that they're pickled either, because they should have a really great flavor. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.